You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. Man, this is a big loss for LSU football. I am not one that is big for hyperbole. I think y'all know that. But sometimes, especially in the NIL era, there are people that work within a program whose names you, like just the average fan, may not know. And I don't mean that to be disparaging at all. Like it's just true. Some people work in the shadows that are very important. Like we know the importance that Frank Wilson has for LSU recruiting. Jordan Arcement was as important as anybody in that recruiting office. And listen, there are so many people that have their finger on the pulse, and they are great at what they do, man. Like J.R. Belton getting the promotion he did is awesome. We talked plenty about Austin Thomas. And Scott Woodward bringing him back and elevating him to the role he's in now. There are so many people that in this new age of recruiting, where it really is more like managing an NFL front office. There are people who don't operate public-facing that are so important, that manage recruiting, that manage agents, that manage the student-athletes, the high school athletes, the recruits, their families, the expectations for NIL, for rev share payments, collectives. Like, there have to be people that manage all of that. Because Brian Kelly's not doing it. He's coaching a football team. And Jordan Arcement is a guy that was at the center of all of that for LSU. And on Monday, it was announced that Jordan took a job with Athletes First, which is one of the big sports agencies. He's going to work for a sports agency. And this is all tied into the new revenue share model with the House settlement. Of course, on Friday night, I always say you want to bury news, you break it after 3 o'clock on a Friday. How about 8:30 on a Friday night is when the House settlement news broke. So that means now schools can officially pay their student athletes. They can share in the revenue with student athletes. And also part of the House settlement is that every NIL deal has to be true NIL. There's no more, here's $750K for this guy and he's going to take a picture. Like you have got, if you pay $750 in NIL to a student athlete, that deal has to go to Deloitte, the third party accounting firm, to audit that, to make sure that you're actually getting $750,000 worth of value for whatever that payment is going to be, like whatever the deliverables are. So there's two parts of this. Why would Athletes First hire Jordan? And what was Jordan doing with LSU that made him attractive to Athletes First? And I think when you ask those two questions in tandem, it gives you the answer, right? Jordan is the guy at LSU, one of the guys, but certainly was central in navigating a lot of those conversations. Because let's just be very honest. Every recruit, all of them, every single one, part of the recruitment conversation is, what am I going to get in NIL? Well, who's having those conversations? Who's facilitating those conversations between the family and the student athlete and the football program? And then obviously, if you have those conversations where you're tying in the collective, then there's that. Then there is also making sure that the student athlete is making good on the deliverables in the NIL world. So someone who is that tied in to all of the student athletes and their families has immense value for a sports agency. Why? Athletes First is trying to sign every student athlete they can. So Jordan has a relationship with players, their families, and now he's working for Athletes First. When Jordan communicates with an athlete or their family, hey, you need an agent? Go with Athletes First. They're buying, Athletes First is buying Jordan's credibility. and his relationships, and he's fantastic at it. Texted with Jordan earlier today. He's going to come on the show tomorrow. Try to get him on today, but had a lot going on, naturally. So he's going to come on the show tomorrow, and we'll let him explain much more. But Jordan's a guy from Thibodaux, played college football at Nichols, he's been on LSU staff now for 3 years, and was an integral part. And how they replace him within the LSU football program is going to be imperative. I'll tell you very candidly, I do not mind sharing this with you. Like, in the revenue share era, one of the things that they have to do is show value for an NIL deal, right? So one of the things I offered and sat down with Jordan at Football Ops and said, look, you get a high school athlete, wants to commit, you want to get them NIL while they're still in high school, you need to show deliverables, awesome. Bring them on AFR. Let them come on the show. We did this last year with Harlan Berry, when Harlan Berry came on our show. We did this last year, rest in peace, but Kyron Lacey. Part of those deliverables with Duplessis Builders and Harlan Berry with Duplessis Builders was they came on the show to show value for the actual. So the point is this is legitimizing NIL. Like this wasn't pay for play. This was legitimizing NIL, and how do you do it? And that's what Jordan was working on. And candidly, I was working with him. I'm like, all I want is all these guys on my show. Bring them all. Come on, sit them all. Bring them all. This is a big conveyor belt. Put them all right here. Of course, I'll talk to them and let them promote whatever business they want. I want the content for my audience. So how this disrupts LSU's football program and in this era is going to be very interesting to see. Now, there are so many capable people within that recruiting department. But Jordan, this isn't just like a staffer who's leaving for another job, just stair-stepping. Like, this is a guy who's very integral, especially in the context of the era. And when you look at the fact that one of the largest sports agencies is hiring him, and the reason they're hiring him, it shows the value that he provided for LSU. So I wish him luck, man. I got nothing but great things to say about Jordan. Ethical, awesome dude, and I wish him luck. It's LSU's loss for sure, and someone they're going to have to replace, and that is significant. So Jordan Arcement headed to work for Athletes First. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.